time where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and battles happen everywhere.
Here we are at the Target in Annapolis. So they got a bunch of these Cosmic Ghost Riders, and I know you guys are really wanting him, or some of you guys. He looks pretty cool. I don't know if I really want him. I like his shoulders pauldrons. Those are pretty cool looking.
Jason, is anybody packing?
But there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then they had the Squirrel Girl. I am not that interested in her. Actually, I'm not personally interested in either one of them unless they are on sale. In terms of the other stuff they have, they've got this ugly Spider-Man. They got a White Rabbit. They've got a Paladin on sale for basically $6, $5.78. Superior Ock, another one of those Spideys. Got those two characters, and they got these old retro X-Men. This is what they have in terms of Transformers. I haven't seen this guy. Spinster. And the Studio Series Megatron. That looks pretty good for that Megatron. And they've got Mixmaster. Don't really like the Studio Series in general, but this looks really close to the movie. This is the Megatron I like, but it still has this plasticky look to it. I'd probably repaint that. Here they have the McFarlane crap. Batman's head is way too small. I wouldn't buy that unless it goes on sale. Cartoon, Superman, and some Harley Quinns. So that's what they have on this front. Over here, you got your Jurassic Parks. Nothing really new there. Over here, you got your Star Wars. It's just a bunch of Lukes and this one, which will be a Peg Warner. No one wants this character. So, you wrestling fans, this is what they got over here. They do have a bunch of things on sale. So this Fortnite character is actually, I see it for $8.98, and then Overwatch is $5.98, and I showed you that Paladin was $5.76. So let me go over here and let's walk over to the NECA section, see if they have anything good. Alright, so there's some hogs in front of us. Stranger Things, Hellraiser, Gremlins, some Godzilla, Game of Thrones, a lot more Pogs. So that's it. Alright, hope you guys all enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go anywhere else today yet. Alright, so I'm in my car now, charging it up. Usually don't do reviews for my car, but picked up this Paladin. He was $5.76. Then I picked up this Omega guy for Fortnite, and he was only like $8.98, originally $30. Now this guy is pretty cool. Let me see how I'm going to be able to do this without my little tripod thing. Maybe I can sit my phone right here. Hold on 1 second. Let's slide this thing. Maybe I should have figured this out before. Let's just hold it like this. So, this fig right here is a decent action figure. There are some flaws with it, but overall the aesthetics to me look better for these Fortnite figures with Jazzwares than with the McFarlane ones, because you can't see the ugly ball joints as well, and you can see a little bit of the wrist joint, but it's still better hidden than with the McFarlane figures. And I kind of wish that Jazzware would have gotten the DC license over McFarlane, because you know, I think they would have done a better job. I think a lot of the Jazzware people were former Toy Biz workers, so, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Still trying to figure out how to position this camera so that I can hold this with 2 hands. Let's see. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Well, but in any case, let's see if I can go over some range of motion with 1 hand. So, head's got excellent range of motion. Goes down that far. Goes up that far. And it, you know, it's on a ball peg with a hinge. So, you can see what it's like, or you know what it's like. It's got a butterfly joint here in the shoulder. Still a little limited, but there's definitely increased range from your standard ball joint. Now, one problem with his range of motion, you can see his arm does not go fully down to the side. That's as far down as it's going to go, but it can raise really high, probably higher than you need it to. It's got this bicep swivel, but you know, it still limits you in terms of what you can do with it, because it's just the bicep swivel, and the bicep, when you turn it, then limits the range of motion in terms of how far it's going to go inward as well. So you're not going to be having this guy, you know, be able to like clap his hands or whatnot, even with the butterfly joint. He's got double hinged elbows, which works really well. See that? He's got this ball joint in his wrist, which is awesome. Like that. He comes with just 1 set of hands. With the trigger finger, the hands can open and close. This is kind of like your standard Toy Biz hand itself. No other joints that I can see on the arm. He's got this diaphragm joint, which works really well. I don't know, I don't understand why diaphragm joints tend to not bend that far well forward, but they bend really far backwards. I think I would rather have it the other way, where they bend forward a lot more and the bending back is limited, because this is kind of ugly in terms of how far back that is. But I guess if you're getting hit, making it look like the character's getting hit, that would be useful. And they probably don't make it bend so far forward, because otherwise you'd see this big hole in the diaphragm, which, you know, would look ugly. And so, you know, I guess they don't do it for that reason. Or maybe the cut on the back ends up prohibiting it. But if you look at these joints ever, you'll see that there's a slit in the back on the main abdomen, which allows the back to fall forward more. He's got a little bit of a waist twist as well, so you can see that. Should be able to twist all the way around. I guess for the shoulder it does go 360 degrees. I don't know why I didn't show you that. but you just saw me flipping right there. And his hip joint can kick forward about 90 degrees, and then it will actually it goes more than 90 degrees, and as you go higher it will angle out. But really good range of motion. And what's the best range of motion is this, it can do full splits. So let me see right there. So you can see you can do full splits like that. He's got a thigh swivel up there. He's got double jointed knees. Can't quite kick his butt, but still pretty good. He's got a forward pinfoot rocker on his ankle there, so his foot can point that far, and it can flex that far. And he's got a little toe joint. So overall, the range of motion and the articulation is excellent, except for he's unable to bring his arm straight down by his side. So that's one issue. He comes with a bunch of accessories. He comes with this pickaxe. So every Fortnite figure comes with some sort of axe type figure or weapon. He comes with this assault rifle, and then he comes with all these little armor pieces that you can plug on. And I have not even tried to open this up, put them on. We'll see how difficult it is. So this is the helmet. It's just going to fit right on him, I'm assuming. We'll see how easy this is doing it one-handed. Probably not easy at all. So let's... Oh, did I just break it? Nope, it's still intact. So it doesn't just fall on his head. You gotta clasp it. Again, that's going to make this, putting this together, much harder for me. Probably am just going to have to pause the video and put them all together. But before I do that, you can see on him, he's got all these little holes on him. And basically, those are all the plug-and-play pieces for the armor. So why don't we pause it and put it back on. Alright, so I'm back home now. There was no way I could snap on all this armor with just one hand. That would have been virtually impossible. But no, the figure looks pretty decent with all the armor on. Actually, you know what? I just lost his abdominal piece somewhere. Hold on 1 second. It's probably in the bag. Yep. So this is the one problem with the armor, is that this abdominal piece here comes off too easily, just pops off. And it also limits range of motion in the character. So let's go and just look at it. So you got this kind of this patterned material here. Almost looks like such stuff called carbon fiber type armor, or those almost like a carbon fiber type texture here. Here it's just smooth plastic. Gives a little metallic shine. Figure looks kind of cool. I want to see how I can incorporate it in my Mystic Legions. It'll be more Marvel Legend size. The armor does limit some range of motion, including the helmet. Can't look that high up. Actually, if you look kind of high up, only if you tilt the mask or the helmet up, but you can see it comes up off his head here, so it's not really looking up. So the articulation is definitely hindered by this armor piece here, limiting its range of motion. You can look down, look aside, so that's all good. It's also limited in range of motion now when moving the arms out to the side. It can only go 90 degrees as opposed to what it was doing before. It was going way up here like this. He's got these. So, a slight limitation in the double hinge elbow because of the forearm armor, but still pretty good range of motion. The diaphragm piece, no limit on the movement back. There is some limitation when turning them because of this armor piece, and you can't tilt them forward anymore because of the armor piece. That being said, also when you're tilting them and you're using this armor piece, it comes off very easily. So with that armor piece, you can tilt forward a little bit, but this armor piece gets in the way. No limitation in the leg armor pieces, so that's good. He still has this full 180-degree split ability. Maybe a little bit of hindrance in kicking forward, so it can't kick 90 degrees anymore because of the armor piece here, but it'll end up kicking to the side. So there's a little bit of hindrance. No true hindrance, or maybe a tad bit of hindrance in kicking the leg back because of the two armor pieces there. And there's no armor around the ankle or foot, so no limitation there. There you go, you see this armor piece just flew off again, right in his abdomen. So looks good when he's just in a static pose, but if you're playing with them, trying to pose him, it's going to be annoying. So it's like, get him in the pose you want, maybe, and then see. This type of pose is not going to work because it's not going to fit. But otherwise, pretty good figure, especially for under $9. Like I said, I got it for $8.98 plus tax. But it looks pretty cool. I definitely wouldn't have bought it full price, and I didn't, so hopefully you didn't either. But hope this helped you all. See if you want to pick them up for these clearance prices, and thanks for watching.